So I'm Donn, and I'm here with
Kaiser Solzie, or James.
or James, right?
Yeah.
So what brings you to Vans Warped Tour, man?
We're playing and doing a lot of helping out with some local bands and stuff.
Nice.
You know, we're playing every day except for Canada on the Full Sail University stage, and which has been rad.
I love the Full Sail. You know why I love the Full Sail? Because it's lesser known people, artists.
Oh yeah.
And I think that's the greatest thing about bands.
Oh yeah.
You know.
And we've had a lot of locals. Kevin kind of came. I went to Kevin last year before he made the big announcement of the last year, and I was like, hey, can we organize some local stuff? And I knew it was in his head. And he's always tried to help the local scenes out. And so I was like, can I help? Last year in Buffalo, we had the Western New York Corner Stage,
nice.
Which was taking bands from Syracuse, Buffalo, and Rochester, and bringing them together. Not just going, hey, you want to play the Warped Tour? No, we got together and barbecued and built with wood the stage.
Right.
And it was an exercise in bringing scenes and community together, and bands, you know, working together as bands, not just, oh, we get up on stage and do what we do. So then I brought it to Kevin again. Can we try and do it every day or every show this year? And it was really hard to pull everybody together. But in Texas, we were able to make it happen. We had the Texas Corner Stage, which was awesome. And all those bands like Dead Horse Creek, Dead Wade, The Butts. And, you know, Texas was hard because it was like we rained every day. But all those local bands, they all showed out. We're doing it again in Buffalo, and basically my home world. You know,
so that's where you're
Rochester.
from?
Rochester
area?
Yeah, so Darien Lake Buffalo is kind of the show for us. And then we're going to be doing it down in Florida the last 4 shows, the Florida Corner Stage,
right.
Which is rad because we got a lot of cool surprise guests. And one of the guys who organized it down there with me is Warren, the old bass player of Yellow Card.
Oh, nice.
So he kind of was like, yo, I was like, well, you want to do this? He's like, you know, we got a lot of cool bands down there. And then besides that, I was able to pick a band mostly every city. Right. You know, Kevin's like, all right, you guys come play, and then you pick another band to put on Full Sail. You know, yesterday we had Jersey's Molly Rhythm, awesome ska band. Down in California, we had Chaser in San Diego. We had Sail Corporation in Mountain View. We also have one of the gnarliest picks for me and my bass player in Boston. We have Color Killer,
cool.
Which is the youngest band to ever play the Vans Warped Tour.
Really?
Yeah, I think they're 8, 9, and 10.
Wow.
Yeah.
Some young studs. I did a suicide awareness program.
Okay.
And we had some kids come over from London, England, and they're called Twisted State of Mind, and we're all 13.
Oh, wow.
They were the heaviest kids I've ever heard in my life.
Oh man, that's awesome.
So what's new with you guys? Are you guys working on anything? Or?
Yeah, we just released a record back again, June 16th, which is really rad because for those who know about the Kaiser Solzie history, I started just as an acoustic performer on the streets,
nice.
Street performer. You know, I was homeless for a while, and I would just busk outside of shows. You know, anywhere from like, you know, here to the Riot Fest in Chicago. Followed around Frank Turner for when he came to America.
Right.
Did the Pennywise Unwritten Law Strung Out tour. Did the 24.5 or 25-year anniversary of Bat Records with No Effects, and all these bands. I came from this tour, you know. So to have all these bands kind of like, oh, it's James Jackson. He's got this acoustic and he's doing this crazy Kaiser Solzie thing, and it works, you know. And then you know, it's over the past 3 years, I finally got a home out back in Rochester. You know, an apartment, so I was stable somewhat, you know.
You know, I'm a drummer. You know what they call a drummer without a girlfriend?
Huh.
Homeless.
Oh, yep.
See, we've all been there, right?
Yeah. I think being on tour is kind of you're living in your van or your RV or, you know.
But at least nowadays you can take showers every now and then.
Oh yeah, if we're lucky. If we're lucky.
So you're playing on the full stage in what? Almost a half hour from now, right?
Yeah. Yep. Getting ready to do that. We've been. It's been fun. You know, the crowds have been really cool. People have been like getting this tour is so hard sometimes because you have so many bands.
Right.
But the kids who've been coming out have been the genuine kids, and we've been told by bands and fans that we'll bring punk rock back.
Nice. That's a good thing. You know, like that's the one thing that kind of stinks about this being the last. But I really hope that they do continue it in some way, like maybe even just a festival, like on the West Coast, the East Coast.
Oh yeah, he's you know, Kevin's always you know, he's gonna be teaching after this tour, so that's pretty cool.
Right.
And then I know he's been hinting at a 25-year anniversary, you know, and spot dates. I know they're probably gonna go back to Japan and Europe, and the Warp Cruise was such a success that I know he's told everybody in the world, let me get through this summer first, and then I'll start.
It's like that with everything. We do the same thing with our festivals and stuff. It's like this will be the last one, and it's like you can't get away from it.
Yeah.
Once you're in this type of thing, you can never give it up. And it's like being a musician. You know, you try to walk away. Yeah. And you always find yourself back.
Oh yeah. And I think the hard part for Kevin is like it's the way he thinks. You know, it's the way he thinks. It's his mindset of just this is how I do things. And I think for him, like I think a lot of us would have a little bit of screws loose, right? And for us to play music and travel is how we keep our sanity. Right. Contrary to popular belief, people say that touring and stuff takes away from and it causes your insanity. But you know, even for me out on this tour, it's been a life-changing thing for me because this is my 16th world tour.
Wow.
You know, first year playing the whole tour, I've always been the guy behind the scenes, and, you know, working with different bands, and I had some, you know, issues. You know, substance side, and you know, just struggling to figure out the worlds. And now, you know, out here I'm sober.
That's a good thing.
You know, I smoke cigarettes. Smoke cigarettes.
I'm in the same boat.
You know,
that's all I do. Man.
Yeah, and it's cool because they have like AA meetings with Music Cares out here, and I've been going to those and really trying to make some changes in my life. And it's, I think, hearing the stories of like people that are like, I got sober on the Warped Tour.
Wow, that's crazy, right?
That is like the most sad people. Like, what?
Right.
What? And that's, I think it's a will and testament of things that Kevin has created. You know, this tour has really helped bring a lot of people out and bring them out of their boxes and change their lives. You know, I mean, music does save lives.
And it definitely does, because like I said, I do a thing for suicide awareness, and we put a concert on one in England and one in the United States, and we've saved hundreds of lives.
Yeah.
And music is to me, music is what brings people together. Sometimes it clears your mind. Sometimes it puts you in a world of where you can clear somebody else's mind.
Yeah.
You know, it's just crazy. Like say Chester, and you know, Chester takes his life and all that stuff. That was crazy, right? You think he's happy?
Yeah.
All that?
Look at Robin Williams.
Robin Williams. Yeah.
You know, I saw a picture the other day on Facebook of comparing Marilyn Manson to Robin Williams, and the picture of them and the outlook of them, or just the general picture of them, and going, which one's got more problems?
Right.
And it's Robin Williams. And you would never think that, man. You know, and Marilyn Manson's got a lot of her shit together.
Right.
You know, I mean, you think like, I mean, if you look at my arms, I had some issues.
Right.
You know, but I always, being out here and giving the point, the position I'm in, Kevin put me in, I've really been able to go more. I was having a good conversation with the drummer from Twisted today about really just, we're blessed to be in these spots of musicianship and be able to, especially for those who get into that level of people listen,
right,
and value your opinions, you kind of have an obligation then to do what you can, you know. And I think a lot, we live in a society where people just don't. I remember parents and grandparents and everybody saying, you don't talk about politics and religion at the dinner table. I think that screwed us up. You know, I think it destroyed that concept of conversation. I think you should be able to have conversations with people.
And it should be about everything. And the one thing I've learned through my suicide awareness is, you know, those people always want somebody to listen. Mm-hmm. I think a lot of times people get lost in the concept of it, you know, talk. Somebody has to listen. Yeah. Right? Mm-hmm. And there always has to be a debate. No matter what the conversation is, there always has to be a debate. Yeah. And you have to be willing to accept the debate. Yeah. Right?
And that's the cool thing about this tour. Like that's the cool thing about having Twisted out here. Like I was talking to the drummer, and I was just like, I asked the question, I'm like, how is it to be from the Juggalo, you're representing that whole Juggalo family? Right. And there's a lot of closed-minded, broken people in that follow up, like St. Clown Posse, and that you can see on the internet and just you run into. And that family gave those folks a sense of community. But to have them out here, like I've watched Juggalos come to these shows that were just so bent on like, I don't care about punk rock, I don't care about metal. I came here to see Twisted and it's all I care about. And by the time they end the day, they're into freaking Census Fail. Right. Or Us, or you know, Water Parks, or something that you think the Twisted guys took a chance.
Yeah. And
they're seeing that, you know, all these bands, the metal bands, the punk rock bands, the emo, all the different genres, and all the fans are welcoming them in, and then their fans are starting to change their mindsets. And I believe that's, if we're going to change the world, especially in our country, we got to start having really good conversations. Right. And a conversation starts with, I don't agree with you and you don't agree with me. Let's meet in the middle.
Right. It's all about debating. and being able to listen, and be able to speak your mind. And I think that one thing is a lot of people speak, and they don't think before they speak.
Yeah, I still have that problem sometimes, but now, you know, even with sobriety, I think it's helped me just slow down.
Right.
Because I was diagnosed with ADHD and depression and bipolar back home, and like, you know, now it's just the weird part of just trying to decipher things.
Right.
You know, and that's it. You know, for those who know, like when you get sober, it's a tough. It's not so much just getting sober; it's dealing with all the other things.
See, I've gone that route, and I think that in the beginning it was a little tough. Every day it got easier.
Yeah.
Now, like today, it's been almost 27 years.
Congratulations!
It feels insane.
Yeah.
Like I could never see my world like that ever again. You know? But it's not easy.
Yeah.
You know, but so I commend you on, you know, taking that road.
Yeah. I believe in leading by example, and I think there's a lot of people that are still struggling with things, and I think, like, you know, sitting down with some of the folks I sit down with every night and hearing their stories and being like, somebody said that, like, it's not the substance that made you the way you are, it's the underlying issues, and whether substance is taken away, those underlying issues that you were dealing with in life, and it's just learning how to really get to the mental health side of things, and dealing with what you were dealing with, you know, deep down. And that's the hardest part, I think, is learning how to deal with that. And I think I've found having this family of people that I've met, you know, Kevin being one of the greatest people I've ever met, you know, Kevin Lyman, like, he's been days, me and him have just, over the past 15, 20 years, me and him have gone back and forth, and there's some times when he wanted to say, Jim Jackson, I never want to see you again, you know, and by the graces of whatever, me taking whatever steps I can, small steps, some big steps, I'm here. I'm
playing you're playing. And
and the hard part is for me is, like, I'm trying to be humble about it. Is there's no next year,
right?
Which I think is we're all talking in the silent murmurs of what happens next year. Because I think a lot of us, this is our family and friends every summer, you know, and we're trying to figure out how we deal with that, you know, which is a tough one, you know. Definitely trying to figure out what's next and how. But I think for the ones that the veterans like me and some other folks that have been doing this tour and came from this tour and learned from this tour, we're gonna carry that in our little own ways. Right. You know, with me, I was just talking to the Entertainment Institute folks about trying to teach a class about building scenes with sand, because I've learned a lot of how to, you know, the good and the bad of bringing scenes together. You know, and you know, as a traveling musician, all over the world, you have your awesome music scenes where everybody's so fucking awesome and cool, and then you have your scenes that are like, this band's arguing with this band thinks they're better than this band,
and that's the thing. People don't realize in these bands it's not a competition.
Yeah.
In order for the scene to work, you all have to work together. Yeah. And it doesn't matter what genre. Like, I came from the hair metal stage of things, you know, and I had thrash friends, guys who were into, like, hardcore thrash. And we were all friends, and we all helped each other get gigs and all that stuff. And it was no battle, and the scene worked. Yeah. And then the 90s came, and it became a battle. Yeah. It became a battle, and that just is called separation. Yeah. So I know you have to get on stage.
Oh, no worries, no worries.
And I can't wait to see you, because I'll be hanging out at Full Sail stage.
Hell yeah, cool. And then 4:30 we play.
Yeah. So where can people find you?
KaiserSolzie.com. KaiserSolzie.com, or the Instagram at Kaiser Solzie, Facebook Kaiser Solzie Band, or me personally. But me personally, Kaiser Solzie, Facebook / Kaiser Solzie. I have now 5,000 friends, and so everybody's like, dude, I can't add you. Get rid of one of your friends. I'm like, good, we have the record.
Nice.
Back again.
Nice.
Here you go for you.
That is there.
We have a song about Bill Murray.
Oh, Bill! I heard it. You're somebody sent that to me. Was it your agent?
John probably. Yeah. John Rankin, awesome person. Awesome person.
So, good luck on the stage.
Yes, thank you.
Great talking to you, man.
Trying to bring it back.
And good luck on your road to recovery and staying sober, man. Much love.
I need you guys to help us sing a song. That's all right. The lyric goes like this. Whoa! Ready? 1, 2. Whoa! They fucking got it. Okay, this song's called the Brownie Song.